Dior.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. This is Saving Stuff with Stephanie, where we are saving for future goals. We're cash stuffing to maintain financial discipline, all in hopes to become debt-free ASAP. And in today's video, we're going to go ahead and close out my monthly budget overview for September. I do have somewhat of a confession to make, so if you're interested, stick around and keep on watching. All right, you guys, welcome back. So let's go ahead and try to get this budget closed out. The first thing we are going to do, of course, is go over the numbers, and then we'll look at the goals, and then, of course, we'll go over the review. And we are on the overview page, so let's just start there. All right, so if you are new, every month I budget the same amount for the month. Every month I budget $2,600. Sometimes it's more, usually it is. This month my actual was $2,730, so $2,730, which is $130 more than what I budgeted. So where did the $130 go? Okay, so if you take a look at my fixed expenses, everything on this list kind of correlates except for Xfinity. I budgeted $80 for Xfinity because I wasn't sure how the promotion was going to kind of pan out, but it actually was $85. So going forward, my Xfinity bill would be $85. So 5 of the $130 went here, so minus 5. Okay, my tithes, I budgeted $260, but because my actual was over that amount, an additional $12 went toward tithes, so minus 12. All right, my grocery, all of my fixed expenses, that all stayed the same, but my sinking funds did get a little extra love this time. Car maintenance got its $26, which is what I budgeted for. Cell phone was supposed to only get $20, but I was able to put $30 towards cell phone, so that's an additional $10. My pest control did get $40. That's the amount we budgeted, and that's the amount it received. My utility sinking funds, we didn't actually budget anything for that category, but we were able to put $12 for the month toward that envelope, so minus 12. All right, and then where majority of the rest of the money went was home maintenance. I only budgeted $25 for home maintenance, but I actually put $76 in home maintenance, which is a $51 difference, so minus 51. And then that $40 that's left on the calculator, I don't know if you guys can see it. So the $40 remaining went towards savings challenges. I only budgeted $300, but of course that $40 went here. So I was able to put $340 towards savings challenge. So minus 40 is 0. So that does zero out the budget, as you can see. So all of the money that came in was accounted for and went to places that it needed to go. So we did very well for September. All right, so let's go ahead, you guys, and look at the goals. Also, this was my spread for September. All of the bills did get paid. I did check everything off, so we are going to put that spread behind. But let's look at the goals. Okay, I don't think I'll need that calculator. Then again, I don't know. I might. We'll see. Okay, so goal number 1 for September was to save. Well, actually, goal number 1 for September was to receive a YouTube payout. I did actually meet the criteria to receive a payout within the month of September. However, I won't actually receive the money until October. So I don't know if I could say that I reached the goal. I didn't actually get a payout, but I did hit the threshold to receive the payout. The other goal was to save $350. And if you did watch my savings update video yesterday, you know that we did meet that goal. We actually exceeded that goal. The amount I was able to save in total for September was $390. So, yay, we did very well. I did have a no spin, or was doing a no spin for September. This is my no spin, you guys. And I did save $62 with the no spin. I did end up having 16 no spin days versus 14 spin days. So it was kind of, 50-50. But overall, I like the way this no spin calendar works. For me, even though I'm spending, I'm still saving money. So yeah, even the days that I did spend, that just means more money has to be saved. So it's a win-win type of situation. So I think I did pretty good with the no spend. Overall, we did save $62 toward that challenge. So I would say yes. And a confession, I did tell you guys I did have a confession. Y'all know I was supposed to read Psalms for the month of September, right? Okay. So I did read majority of Psalms, but I did not finish it. I got to chapter 85 and I stopped. But the reason I stopped is because y'all know I had been reading Paul's letters to the churches. Was it last month? And then September, I kind of went all the way back to the Old Testament to try to, read Psalms, because Psalms was the book that I skipped based on how long it was. So I am reading Psalms. I enjoy it. I can actually say, when I do my Bible study next year, I do plan on studying 1st and 2nd Kings, maybe 2nd Samuel, so I can include David, because I do want to study more about David. David wrote majority of Psalms, and when I say David was lamenting and crying in that book, but I actually want to read that more in depth during that time. Now, am I going to finish Psalms before the end of the year? Yes. It has 150 chapters. I don't have that many more to finish, but the reason I didn't finish, you guys, is because the letters had me in a chokehold. Honestly, I wanted to finish the letters. So even though I was supposed to be reading Psalms, y'all know I was supposed to actually finish out the letters in October. Yeah, I'm already finished with the letters. Well, these. I have 2nd Timothy to finish, but I've already read 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. I've read Colossians. I've read Philippians. I've read Titus, and and his name is pronounced Philemon. That's how you pronounce his name. The only one I have not read yet is 2nd Timothy. I'm going to read that probably today. But I've already finished these books, y'all. And these were the books I was supposed to read for October. So what I think I'm going to do, how I'm going to structure it, the next 8 books were books that Paul wrote to... No, the next 8 books were books that were written by other people. I am going to read those books for October. Okay? I'm going to read those books for October. Once I finish those books, I would have somewhat completed the Bible outside of the last few chapters in Psalms. So for November, I am going to finish reading the remaining chapters of Psalms. And in December, I am going to read Revelation. Now, I've already read Revelation. I read Revelation last December. But I am going to bring it full circle, and I'm going to read it again. But we are on point to have the Bible readings really completely done by the end of November. So, yes, that is the confession. I did not finish Psalms, but it was because I was trying to figure out what was going on with Paul in the letters. And as far as talking about those, I don't know if I want to talk about those in this video. I probably could. I didn't really structure it where I could. We might touch base with the letters when we get to October, and we might do the rest of the letters as well as the other books that were wrote by other individuals. So that would be like a total of 16 books in 1 month, which is not really that bad to go over because those books were not really long books, so it really wouldn't be that much to explain per book. But yeah, we'll try to do that for October, since that is already on the currently page for October. So that is it, you guys. That's it for the particular goals that I set up. I overall think I did pretty good. You guys know soccer season started in September. Zuri has been having fun at that. Mega's birthday was in September, and he did enjoy himself, I guess. Yeah, I think September overall was a pretty decent month. I can say September went by really, really fast. August took forever and it kind of drug by. But September made a celebrity appearance and it left. Okay. So let's look at my review for September. So as far as my productivity goes, I would actually give myself, I would say I was pretty productive. I would give myself 4 stars. Okay. And then as far as my mood goes, you guys know I did the mood tracker, and majority of these are positive moods. I only had one day where I was angry, and then I had 4 days where I was tired. But everything else is pretty positive outside of these 2 days, which were kind of neutral. But I would overall say, I would say 4. I would say my mood for September was a 4. Okay, main highlights of the month. September was the first month that I have budgeted tithes into my budget. Initially, I thought it was going to, you know, kind of mess me up as far as my saving goals are concerned. But I'm actually proud to say that even though I'm not saving as much as I could be saving, I don't really feel like I miss it. I don't feel sad that I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I should have been doing it, but I'm glad that, you know, I'm finally at a point where I feel like I can without it kind of stifling anything. But yeah, this is the first month that I budgeted tithes into my budget, and I'm happy that I did it. I, of course, will continue, but yeah, it's a highlight for me. So we will continue with paying tithes. Things that I learned, I don't know if you saw that over there, this here, but I started, or will be starting, memory keeping. So you guys, I did my first little memory keeper type situation, I guess, in my planner, and I think it's cute, and it's a good way to keep up with what goes on within the month, for you to look back at if you are like one of those planner girls that keeps their planner every year. You could always revert back to see, you know, what was we doing in January 2020, whatever. You can go back and you can actually have a visual of some of the things that you did. And I think that's good. I think we should definitely do that, especially if you have children, you know, moments where you want to kind of conserve some things. I mean, she's not going to stay this age forever. So this will be something nice to look back at when she's older. And I can remember, hey, this was September 2025, you know. So I will be incorporating memory keeping into my planning. I'm excited about it. It just gives me an opportunity to play with stickers and all the colorful things, pictures. So yes, that's something that I've learned. I kind of already knew it, but I never really kind of dabbled in it, but I like it. So far, so good. So we are going to start memory keeping a little bit. The things that I am grateful for, I always say this, but I am grateful for my family. Don't know where I would be without them, but yes, I always say family because family is extremely important. And then the last thing on here is things to do better next month. Next month, you guys know my savings goal for October is $450, and that is about $100. Well, it's $100 more than what I had anticipated saving for September. So if I really go hard for October, you guys, of course, $450 is the goal, but being ambitious, if I can hit 500, I'll be happy. So my goal for October is to save more. I'm going to try to save as much as I can. We are picking up on peak season. I don't know if you guys are aware. If you've watched any of my older videos, I am somewhat in the pharmaceutical industry. So this is when everything starts to pick up because, you know, everybody's kind of getting sick and things like that. So there may be room for overtime, and if there is, I definitely will be taking advantage because I need to hurry up and get all this savings done. Speaking of savings, I did mention that I was going to bring you guys up to speed as to where we were with the Daisy Budgets Every Little Bit Adds Up Savings Challenge, and you guys, we are at $1,550. So we are a little less than halfway there. If I can clear $3,000 or a little over $3,000 by the end of the year, that will suffice. I will be happy with that because y'all know I'm ready to get back on this debt. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm excited. I'm happy. Hoping nothing happens that kind of takes away from that amount. But we're just going to try to stay positive and keep it moving. Okay? All right, you guys, that does conclude today's video. If you did make it this far in the video, but you have yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash the notification bell so you're notified when I upload another one. And I will see you guys tomorrow when it's time to budget for the very first paycheck that I'll receive. It's spooky season, the month of October. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.